Hello, everyone. It's the Watchmen. We're back.
Welcome back.
You're listening to 91.7 The Edge, WSUW Whitewater.
We got Drake here, obviously. Say hello, Drake.
Hi. They know who I am by now.
I hope so. And then
Of course.
myself, Riley, obviously. We have come back from the hiatus. This is our first return after winter break's end.
This is true.
And what's on the horizon there, Drake? What do we got this weekend on Sunday?
What is Sunday? What do we have Sunday? Oh, the Oscars. Yeah. Those
Were you
exist.
really confused there?
I
for a
was.
second? Okay. But yeah, it should be an interesting time, that's for sure. Well, the thing is, what have we seen, Drake? What have you seen? Give me one thing you've seen.
Yesterday, I had the pleasure of going and seeing Gretel and Hansel in theaters.
How was that?
I liked it quite a bit.
Okay.
I tweeted about it, but what I said was it would definitely not be everybody's cup of tea.
Sure.
Because Osgood Perkins,
The director?
Okay,
Okay.
directed what was that movie called? We liked it. You fell asleep.
You just said we, then that means we
The
didn't.
Blackcoat's Daughter.
Say that again?
The Blackcoat's Daughter.
The Black Coat's Daughter. The Black Coat's Daughter. Let's give that a look. Anything else you watched?
Which was very slow and atmospheric, which is also how
The Black Coat's Daughter.
which is also how excuse me, I'm having a disease moment, which is
Oh, okay, I remember.
that's how this movie was. Like, it was very slow
sure.
and methodical, and
Yeah.
it was all about like building an atmosphere and like rising tension, but it was so pretty to look at.
Yeah.
Like, the cinematography was incredible, and
And-
it had some really like genuinely scary visuals, and I loved the time period and setting, and I really liked it a lot. I liked it quite a bit, and I think you would like it if you went in with an open mind.
Was Gretel more the main character, right, for the whole thing? The girl?
Yeah.
Wasn't she played by the girl that was in It?
Yes.
She played the redhead?
Yes.
The main female
And the witch was awesome.
kid?
She was I loved the way she
Oh,
looked.
yeah, I remember her.
I really liked the way she
I know
looked.
the actress, I just can't remember her name.
I think that they could have. He could have made this like a jump scare fest,
Yeah, sure.
and like that sort of thing.
That's no fun.
But yeah, exactly. And like, I think it could have been a lot scarier. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
really even call it a horror movie that much. It definitely had its fair share of horror moments. They could have made it a lot scarier, but for what it was very enjoyable. I liked it.
I personally, I wasn't super interested in it, but perhaps I'll take a look based on what you've said. But
I'd go see it with you. You gonna go tomorrow?
Maybe. Is there anything else we could see?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we'll take a look at other stuff. I totally lost my train of thought. Is it more like a tension building? Is it like...
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
clearly they get drawn into the witch's house, which is the whole idea of...
Yeah,
Hansel and
no
Gretel.
spoilers, but basically, mom kicks him out of the house just
Yeah.
because she can't support him anymore, and then they're on their way. They want to go somewhere to try to get like some kind of job or like somewhere
Okay.
where they can live, and they come and they're like starving basically, and they come
Okay.
across this house. They see a bunch of food, and
Yeah.
things go from there. But like,
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd call them set pieces, because you usually hear that term for like video games. But you'd know what I meant if you saw the movie. Like, some of the like side characters are just, the character design was awesome. And
Yeah.
you'll see.
So I'm gonna go through a couple things that I've seen.
I'm gonna
that
take a look.
I saw
Yeah.
recently. I'll kind of I'll talk about Little Women after I kind of. Well, I guess
We
we
can
could
talk about that for Oscars.
Wait. Do you want to talk about 1917 really quick? You and I
Sure.
can both talk about that.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't had a chance to discuss
You
it.
still have to see Parasite.
I know.
making me a little
Can we watch it
nauseous.
this weekend?
Yeah.
Or not this week.
Sometime this week,
Sometime this
yeah.
week. Yeah. You
Yeah.
should come over and watch it. So 1917, I definitely like. I know you do too, but I think you and I
Yes.
feel the same way. it's pretty anticlimactic towards its ending. I mean, it was unexpected the way it went. Visually, it looks great, but I felt like, also I felt like there was a little bit too many conveniences personally within the story.
Yeah,
I still liked it. I still liked it, though.
Yeah,
a lot.
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit, but it wasn't one of those movies that I'm gonna like keep talking about or like come back to in a couple years.
I'm still quite surprised it won the best drama for the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Which I'm wondering, is that really might be what the Oscars are going to be thinking about for this movie?
I mean, if it won, I wouldn't be mad. Like, I think it's definitely more deserving than The Green Book, and I think it's definitely more deserving than The Shape of Water. But
for sure.
If Parasite doesn't win Best Picture...
Well, we don't need to talk about last year, because last year was
I'm just saying, like,
the worst year I think I've ever seen.
Compared to other Best Picture winners, it would make sense if it... I wouldn't be mad if it won.
Yeah, sure. I get you. I also saw Bombshell. I thought Bombshell was pretty good.
I need to see that. I wanted to see that.
I thought that was pretty solid. And I know Charlize Theron is nominated for that. Although I guess we're getting an Oscar. Let's hold off. Okay. Another thing we saw, Drake, which we were not really expecting to be super great, but somehow was. I'll be honest, its beginning was quite dull. Ganjam Haunted Asylum, that Korean movie we watched.
Yeah,
that was.
I was fine with the beginning because they needed to work.
I guess so.
They needed to ramp up. They couldn't be that extreme the whole time.
I've never felt so tense. I was so tense. And I couldn't help just saying things when I couldn't help saying things out loud, especially the first moment that something really creepy kind of goes off. There's some situations in movies where I love it how creepy it is. But also, I'm just like, oh my god, this is super creepy.
It was really good.
Wasn't expecting it. Yeah, so it's a Korean movie. It's directed by this guy named Byom Sik Jeong.
What was that?
Byom Sik Jeong.
Okay,
that's his name.
Oh wow!
Don't make me pronounce that again. I'm gonna be very upset.
But yeah, it was. I had
very surprised.
Yeah, usually people like I've heard about that movie a couple times. That's why it was on my radar. But usually people kind of hype that kind of stuff up.
Yeah, remember there's so many times, Drake, where you and I are like, "Oh, this must be the scariest movie ever!
Yeah,
oh my god, go see this! So super scary!" Like you get maybe a suggestion from Reddit, and you're like, "Okay," so we give it a whirl, and then it ends up being brutally uninteresting.
Yeah. Going back to 1917 quick, my dad has a question on 1917 that he wants us to discuss. He said, Can we
do that for the Oscar piece? Oh, we'll do it now. Sorry.
Because the 1917 one-shot style, did it work for the film or was it a distraction? Why? I don't think it was a distraction at all.
I remember asking my brother, I was like, so did you even notice? Because he saw it on his own or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, did you even? He's like, no, I didn't even notice. Sounds like most people, they don't hear about it. They don't know. They don't even notice.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't think it's...
The completely average person is not going to notice the difference. It's shot well. It's more that it flows.
Right, I was going to say, I don't think he did it just to be like a gimmick.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like it had a purpose.
I felt like it fit with it.
Yeah, I think that it had a purpose, definitely to just show kind of...
Yeah.
Live the not average, but the day of like a soldier.
Sure, yeah. In real time. Well, there was one big time
when he passed out.
Yeah, but
But still, other than that, I mean, so I think it served its purpose. I wasn't distracted.
I was a little worried that they were going to go completely in terms of being continuous without ever having a time jump. But personally, I thought it was
well
fine.
executed.
I thought it worked totally well.
I agree.
But yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna spitball some of these spitball. I'm just gonna talk about a random bunch of stuff that I watched.
Okay.
Whether it be on like Hulu, maybe not even be stuff that's relevant for this year. So, Two Popeses, I watched that on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's good. It's well performed, that's for sure. It's got some solid writing. There's nothing super spectacular, I would say, but there are definitely some pretty solid performances from Jonathan Pryce and Hopkins. Hopkins looks so old in this movie. He looks so old, Drake. Oh my god. I also watched The Lincoln Lawyer for the first time. I had not seen it. It was a little bit more simple than I thought it was going to be. The plot turned it in a little bit more of a thriller route than I was really expecting. I thought it was going to be more of a grounded drama, but it turns out to be a little bit more simple than what you might think, based on how many times I heard people talk about it.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, but it wasn't.
Matthew McConaughey movie.
It was a long time ago.
And then I watched Legend, the movie where Tom Hardy he plays these twins in London. It's really quite dull. My God. Like, I like pieces of it, but despite it being R, it felt very much like a PG-13 monster kind of movie. That is
exactly one of the movies where, like, they tried it. Like, I remember watching the trailer and being interested.
They tried very hard.
I knew I could have predicted that was one of those movies where the trailer makes it look super interesting and, like, action-packed.
No, it's not.
And then it just isn't.
They make it look like it has a lot of energy to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the brothers are interesting. They're probably, obviously, the best part of it. But everything else is really, really, really dry.
I could have predicted that, I think.
Another thing I watched, too, was Rise of Empires. Ottoman is about the rise of the Ottoman Empire. You wouldn't really care about this.
No.
But it's a mix with, like, a live-action, like, recreation and also a documentary on top of that. Where you have, like,
cool.
You have, like, they did one for Ancient Rome for Julius Caesar where Sean Bean was the narrator. Sean Bean. But they got the guy who plays Tywin Lannister. He's a pretty cool voice to do the narration. So anyways, it's a mix of the narrator talking and then also professionals from the field. So like, not scientists, historians, authors, people who have doctorates in that area of history. And it's kind of interesting. And then what else did we watch? We watched Wiener Dog. That was... It's a movie from 2016.
Yeah,
you forgot about it.
I forgot we watched it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the first story I liked quite a bit. What was the second one?
The best one? You're talking about the one with Greta Gerwig? Is that the second one?
So the first two were great. Danny DeVito one dragged quite a bit, and then I liked the last.
That wasn't even really related to the dog at all.
Yeah, that one was kind of weird.
That was weird.
And then I liked the fourth one quite a bit, too.
We watched this, like, a week ago or something like that. I don't remember.
It was, like, 2 days ago.
It was, like, a...
Wait, was that
Dude, we watched that, like, a week ago. Nope, you're confused.
I don't know. Time means nothing to me at this point.
You're lost again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Time means nothing.
And then we also ended up watching 3 of these movies... called The Blackwell Ghost, which nobody has seen.
Yeah.
Maybe the first one.
Yeah.
Nobody's watched these.
Well,
by the way, the first one came out in like 2016.
They were just like...
And then 2018, 2019, 2020.
They just... I mean, the first one I remember liking when we watched it.
Well, let's explain what that one is, though, yeah. So it's... You want to take a stab at it?
I feel like You can explain it.
I can do it? All
right, go for it.
All right, I'll take a jab. So essentially about a guy who claims to be that all the footage that he's gathering is real. So essentially he is he goes to investigate a house that is supposedly haunted by a child murderer from like 150 years ago. This creepy lady who supposedly killed children. And she goes to this guy's house who owns it and lives in it now and stays there for several nights to see if he can get paranormal disturbances, perhaps from the children or perhaps from the Mrs. Blackwell murderous lady herself. And he stays there over several nights and a lot of stuff happens. It's not like I guess if it's fake, he's playing a character of himself. But he really kind of is himself, and he claims that the footage is real, but there's definitely reason to be skeptical, I believe. But it's interesting.
I'm not taking a stance on whether ghosts probably don't exist.
Correct.
They probably don't. I mean, I like keeping my mind open to that sort of thing.
The idea of it is
though.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not I didn't actively watch the
Yeah.
movies trying to like disprove and be like,
Yeah.
well, I can.
But yeah, we
So I just took it for what it was, and if this was a documentary by some slim chance, then it was a fantastic documentary.
Yeah.
If it was a movie, which it probably is, it was really well done and really well made to make you believe that it was a documentary.
The guy's fairly entertaining.
He's super entertaining.
He does his research. He's I'll be honest, the first one wasn't super great,
I liked it quite a bit.
but it's okay. But somehow we ended up watching. We were like, "What? There's 3 more?"
Yeah.
We were very confused.
Yeah.
So the second one delves into the same house again. He just goes back, and then more stuff happens that he supposedly records. It's interesting. The second one's probably my least favorite of these 4. I would think you might agree with me.
Yeah, I think I would go.
The second one felt very lazy
I think I would
relative
go
to the first one.
3-1.
I don't know, 4...
3-1, 4-2.
I'm going to go 3-4-1-2. That's me. Anyways, and then the third one and fourth one, he is investigating a different place in Florida about another murder, or a series of murders, supposedly coming from this rental house. Or not, and now it's a rental house, but a house in Florida somewhere in the boonies.
Right.
And he's there by himself, and you think to yourself, even if he was really there, filming by himself anyways, the thought that it's just him, essentially, because you don't see any cars when he rolls up to this small neighborhood that's all rentals.
Yeah, it was. They were very good. I enjoyed.
It was fairly
our
interesting.
time.
I did. It was unique, and I want a 5th one. Where's my 5th
Well,
one?
in the credits, he
I
made
know.
it sound like they were
There's more to tell.
coming.
Yep.
So
I'm down. Last thing I watched. I mean, I'm skipping some things, but they're not as important to mention. I watched the Night on Earth Netflix nature documentary series. Super good. Wasn't really expecting it because I didn't
I've never even heard of it.
I didn't like Our Planet, which was a very lazily put together, edited. I mean, obviously the effort from Our Planet was what it's called. It so desperately tries to be a BBC documentary because they have David Attenborough, which I feel like it's so difficult for me to watch a nature documentary without David Attenborough's voice. For me,
Yeah.
it feels weird for me not to hear him speak and give the narration.
Yeah.
But anyways, in Our Planet, which came out like a few years ago, it's so quick, it's so fast. The editing, you barely stay with where you are, and sometimes they don't tell you where you are, or it'll be a half one-off sentence that you already kind of forget because it's so fast. They go like, "Oh, this is the most rare type of tree frog you'll ever see. There it goes to jump," and that's it. And they'll cut, and then they'll constantly cut, but from like one drastic landscape to another, very opposites of each other. It's very annoying with that one. And I remember when I was looking at my IMDb review for it, Drake, people were butchering me. Like like my percentage for how many people said, "Oh, is this review helpful?" Most of them said no, but there was a lot of people who commented on it, which means that
It wasn't helpful.
It was interesting. A lot of people, said, what's the word I'm looking for? The percentage of people thinking it was helpful was low, but the amount of people that touched on it was a ton. I didn't think it was very good. Night on Earth is pretty good. It has a good soundtrack, and it's essentially they utilize this brand new camera, where what it allows them to do, Drake, is with the moonlight, depending if there's cloud coverage, it's a lot more difficult, or tree coverage. But when they're on the savannah for stuff, what it essentially does is these super highly sensitive cameras are essentially able to make the whole savannah look like it's in the middle of the day.
Really?
Yep. Dark
That's
as
pretty
night,
cool.
utilizing just moonlight, and they can still get the colors, Drake. They can still get the normal colors that you would see as if it was daytime. It looks a little bit different, obviously, but it looks almost just like it's daytime. It's pretty cool, the shots that they get. And then they go underwater and they literally see all these different activities or all these different behaviors that no one's ever seen before. And I remember I watched there's like an hour, there's like 6 episodes or something. And then I watched this hour-long thing, which is the behind the scenes. And you're thinking to yourself, that sounds awful, to go sit in a tree in the middle of the jungle for a week in a small platform and then
thanks.
Getting brutalized by giant ants and bugs. Drake, you want to do that?
No, I'm good.
I know you and I like,
Thanks for asking, though.
big bugs. It's our favorite.
Anyways,
Super interesting.
Is it Oscar time?
Wait, why don't we talk about what came out this weekend first?
Oh.
But we hadn't seen it
much.
yet. What came out recently? Let's see. There was Bad Boys for Life. Who cares? Whatever. Doolittle's getting butchered like I knew it was going to. It looked horrible.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. I'm glad you agree. The Gentleman, I have no interest. Guy Ritchie's one of the worst directors.
Oh, I want to see that.
Okay, thank you. And then some horror movie called The Turning that I don't care about.
That's the one with Finn Wolfhard.
Oh, yeah. And
he's like the
older brother of the
child. It looked okay, but I'm not surprised that it doesn't have good reviews.
And then there's Just Mercy, which was the movie with Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx.
I wanted to see that one.
What?
That one looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looked okay.
Is The Lodge coming out next weekend?
Yes,
Let's go.
It is. Along with Birds of Prey. Alongside The Lodge.
I kind of want to see that.
You know, that first trailer was horrible. I'm not a big fan of the costume design.
I kind of want to see it.
But then I saw the second trailer and it changed my mind.
It's rare for me. And Come to Daddy's coming out.
Come to Daddy.
Did you watch that trailer? I sent it to you. It's the one with Elijah Wood.
Oh yeah, where his
dad.
He's another killer.
What?
Is he a killer in this one?
So did you watch the trailer? Or?
I don't remember. It's not coming to my head.
It's where he goes to stay with his dad, and then his dad's like a weirdo, and his dad might be a killer.
Oh. Okay, well he's holding a bloody weapon on the poster for it, so that's
don't judge a book by its cover, as they say.
Well, the poster's supposed to get something across, and it definitely is. All right, here we go. Oscar nominations.
Make our predictions.
So let's go category by category here. So I got them up right here. Is this the right year? Correct.
Are you on the same one as me? Then we'll
from
go.
From the Oscars website.
It starts with Best Picture.
Nope, Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role.
Not for me.
Well, you need to look at a better list. You want to fix your list?
I'll try.
How about we go what I have?
Oh, here we go. Performance by an actor in a leading role. This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role. Drake, please read the nominees.
Antonio Banderas in Pain and Glory.
Mm-hmm.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Driver in Marriage Story. Joaquin Phoenix in Joker. And Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes. I should be the voice guy for the Oscars.
It's probably going to be Joaquin Phoenix. He did good, but Adam Driver was so great.
I would love if Adam Driver, if he won.
I don't think DiCaprio should get it at all, because I feel like Brad Pitt was such a ridiculous standout in it. To me, I just feel it's strange to
I think
give it to
Leonardo
him.
DiCaprio was better in that movie, though, than
Brad
Pitt. Yeah.
You liked him more than Brad Pitt?
I feel like he had a...
Really?
I feel like he had
I just don't feel like... He's had nothing but success. I just don't feel like he fit the part, personally.
I think that he had a much more difficult role to portray than...
I disagree.
How? Emotion-wise? Brad Pitt kind of just was... and I get that was the point of his character.
He's just a great character.
But he was just the same thing the entire time.
I guess so.
That's not what
if you're talking about emotional
the
range,
award is for. The award isn't for the best character.
Are you saying that having a broad emotional range therefore makes you an automatic contender for an Oscar?
If you do it well, yes.
Sure.
That's like what the whole award is about.
But your comparison is about his
I'm
emotional
talking about
range relative to that of.
I'm saying the
I'm just saying I think relative
difficult.
Up against Adam Driver and Joaquin Phoenix, I don't think he has a chance. That's what I'm saying, especially against them. And I think you agree with me.
I wasn't saying... Okay. I was saying
you're just talking relative to Brad Pitt.
Compared to Brad Pitt. Bradley Pitt.
I understand. Yeah. I don't think Jonathan Pryce is going to get it. I mean, he was good.
I have not seen Pain and Glory, so I can't speak for that.
I could be completely wrong, Drake, about The Two Popes. But something was very weird for me. and I could just been losing my mind, but when he's speaking Spanish, it doesn't sound like his voice. I swear to God, it sounds dubbed. It does not sound like his voice, because he speaks Spanish a lot. But it's weird. I could be completely wrong. I remember looking this up, but I never really saw anything specific. But for some reason, Drake, it sounded like he wasn't speaking Spanish. I honestly could be just losing my mind, and it's just for the way his voice sounds when he's speaking Spanish.
Sorry.
But I swear to God, Drake, it sounds like another person dubbing his voice. He's dubbed. Or not dubbed, but like he's kind of barely mouthing it. Whatever. We'll see. Maybe I'm dumb. Thank you, Drake.
All right, so your prediction? I think
probably
Joaquin Phoenix is probably going to win. I would love if Adam Driver won.
I would too, because he did a pretty dang good job. So,
all right, performance by an actor in a supporting role.
I shall read the nominees. Here we go. Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes, Al Pacino in The Irishman, Joe Pesci in The Irishman, Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay, Tom Hanks did good, but he is relative to...
I don't think I could care less about who wins this.
I don't care much.
I don't care at all.
I don't think Hopkins should get it, personally. I don't think Pacino should get it.
I don't think Pacino or Pesci should get it.
Pesci was probably the best part of that movie, I'll be honest. But I don't know if he should get it.
I don't think he should get it. Honestly,
it'll probably be Pitt again, like he did at Golden Globes.
Give it to Hanks or Hopkins, and I'd be fine.
Nope. I don't want him. I like Brad Pitt so much in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's got to get it.
Why did you like him so much?
He's so funny. He was so great, man. Oh, it was ridiculous. Do I need to calm
I don't
down?
care about this one at all. My prediction is that they're going to give it to Timothy Hanks. I just think the name and the nature of the film, that it's going to be too hard for them to not give it to him.
I don't know if it was great enough.
That's my prediction.
To be it. I understand exactly what you mean, though. That happens all the time with the Oscars, where a lot of time it's that relation to the...
It's the subject material of the film.
It's the subject material, and sometimes it's that name of who that person might be playing in like a biographical sense.
So the combo of the two, it's unbeatable.
Yeah. He's someone who is supposed to be like one of the best people in the world. I mean, he's dead, obviously, but supposed to be one of the best people the world's ever seen. And, yeah. It's possible. I could see how that could happen, but I don't think it will.
All right.
Best performance by an actress in a leading role. Do you want to read those ones?
Cynthia Erivo in Harriet. Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. Saoirse Ronan in Little Women. Charlize Theron in Bombshell. Or Renee Zellweger in Judy.
They'll give it to Renee, because I always hear people talking about it, and I guarantee you, just because it's been talked about a million times, that Renee...
I'm going to go out
Judy,
on a limb.
They're going to give it to her.
And say that Saoirse is going to win.
Nope.
Okay.
She's not going to win. I saw Little Women. I don't think she's going to win.
Okay.
She's good.
Have you seen Judy?
No.
Okay.
Because Judy is... Drake, you don't understand. Judy's been babbled about so much, even though no one saw it.
Wait, is she playing Judy Garland?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
They're going to give it to her.
Yeah, okay.
Now, what did you and I just talk about before? It's the person.
Then I would not be surprised if she won. I didn't. Yeah. I didn't put two and two together.
I've heard
that
she's
she
great
was,
in it. The movie doesn't have outstanding reviews, but I guess that she's good. I thought the Harriet movie looked interesting. I still kind of want to watch it. Although Scarlett Johansson, man, I want her to win. Dude, her monologues in that movie are so good. Jesus. You agree with me?
Yes. I do agree.
She's so good in the movie. Like, I love Adam Driver, but I think Scarlett Johansson might have the slight edge for me, personally, in the movie. It's just the slightest, but it's so close. They're both super good. Saoirse Ronan was good. I don't know about great. Charlize Theron was good in Bombshell. I like the movie. I'm not sure I foresee her taking the cake. All right. Obviously, we're not going to go through everything, but we're going to go through some more here. What do we got? Okay, best performance, Drake. Here we go. By an actress in a supporting role. So we got Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell, Laura Dern in Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit. That's not going to happen. Florence Pugh in Little Women, and then Margot Robbie in Bombshell. Probably not Margot Robbie.
I think any of them could win it, and I wouldn't be that surprised. I feel like I don't have a horse in this race.
You know, the Academy really likes Kathy Bates. They could give it to. They might just give it to Kathy Bates. I don't have a whole lot.
I could see Laura winning it.
Big opinion.
My
on
dark
that.
horse candidate. I could see Laura winning.
They might, because they gave her it for a lot of other stuff. I mean, she was good, but was she really that memorable?
I would be shocked if Florence won.
I don't think that's
I
gonna
would be
happen.
shocked.
You didn't even see Little Women.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I would
I
be
agree.
shocked.
I saw the movie, and I'm telling you, she probably won't. She did a lot of whining in that movie. Her character is supposed to do that. Margot Robbie was fine. I don't know. She's not a real person in the movie. She's sort of like a culmination of like real stories.
She's the fake one.
Fake one. No, I mean, like, that sounds weird when you say it like that. I'm just saying, like, her story is based on people's tellings of what happened with Roger Ailes. Okay, best animated feature. It'll probably be Missing Link.
Skip over it.
I'll skip that. Cinematography.
It's gonna be 1917. I would put
$1 bills. People do like their one shot.
But honestly, I could see any of these winning.
I don't know.
Actually, no, I don't see Joker winning.
Dude, they're giving it to 1917. I just know it.
But
we'll skip costume design.
I really liked. I could see any. I'm not done with cinematography. I could win any of these winning, or I could see any of these winning.
Yeah,
Irishman because it's the Irishman.
Yep, and people.
I couldn't see Joker winning. Lighthouse because it's beautiful and it has good cinematography.
I know, but Drake. But sometimes you got to remember they don't always pick the one that's a little bit more obscure, and is probably the better choice.
It's going to be 1917.
I know, but
sure.
I know, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And because it's Roger Deakins who has like 10 million Oscars, anyways. Of course. So
yeah, let's give him another one.
Costume design, don't care about.
No, skip over.
Achievement in directing. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Please, I don't want Todd Phillips to be an Oscar winner.
Why? He did a good job with Joker.
Because I need Bong Joon-ho to win.
Oh, sure.
I need that to happen.
He won't do it. They won't give it to him, I know.
What do you mean? I would be shocked.
Drake, I'm sure the movie's great.
If it goes to Martin Scorsese,
no, of course not.
I will guillotine myself.
Drake, can we guillotine each other?
I can see it happening, though. That's the thing. I can see it happening.
Oh, don't say that. That makes me sad.
Honestly, Bong Joon-ho, arguably, he has the best movie within this list.
I know. But you gotta there's always that thing.
Quentin, I can see just because it's Quentin.
They never give the best directing to Quentin. They always give him the best screenplay.
I can see Martin because it's Martin and people love this movie.
Yeah.
But it's got to be Bong. Please, Oscar gods, please,
Oscar
for
gods.
once. Don't. But do you remember how much Hugo won? How many awards Hugo won?
I don't want to talk about Hugo ever again.
It's because Martin's name was attached.
Oh, my God. Well, that's why Irishman got to this stupid god level for no reason. It's just because of the people attached. If you look at it, they look so out of it. They don't look like they're into their own movie at all.
It was so weird when I was watching it.
Jeez.
It felt so bizarre.
It's weird.
It seemed like they weren't even caring.
But
they
then
were just doing
it's
it.
more like it's like every mobster movie you've ever seen. It's all of them combined.
Yeah, and I'm painting the walls. I called Johnny. He goes house painting.
I'm gonna go do the painting. In other words, I'm gonna go whack some fool.
Painting. I learned the hard way. It's not painting with paint. It's painting with blood. It's the shooting.
What was that? What are you from Scandinavia? What was that?
Hey, I got fat Tony. He's gonna paint my house later.
Hey, Fat Tony, what are you doing over there?
Hey, what do you? My name's Fat. I'm fat, bruv.
What are you? Now you're British because you said bruv.
So please, Bong Joon-ho, I'm begging.
You know what?
He wins.
I haven't seen it, but I say give it to Bong.
Thank you. I think if you don't like Parasite, I'm no longer coming on the show.
I like Korean movies.
I'm no longer coming on the show.
It's our show. What are you talking about coming on the show?
I'm not going to do it anymore.
You're the other host.
Documentary, skip over it. Short, skip over.
Wait, hold on. Let me catch up.
I'm on editing. I'm on editing currently.
Nothing that I can really think of that stands out to
editing, me. It's going to be The Irishman because it's 3 hours long. I would love if Jinmo for Parasite won, but that's not going to happen.
Nope.
It's going to be The Irishman.
And then for international feature film, it's definitely going to be Parasite. There's no way they don't.
If it's not...
Drake, don't worry about it.
Wait, is it also nominated for Best Picture?
Yeah.
Well, thank God.
Wait. Let's make sure. Keep going.
Okay, makeup. So, yeah.
Hairstyling?
International, I can see Les Mis winning. Or I can see Pain and Glory winning because it's been nominated for the bunch of other stuff, but it's got to be Parasite.
Makeup and hairstyle. There's nothing that really stands out to me for any. I don't care.
Probably going to be Judy.
Oh, original score might be for the Hildur Guan. Yep.
God, please. Honestly,
I do like the Joker score quite a bit.
I like the Joker
Randy Newman's
score a
pretty
lot.
good for Marriage Story.
I love Marriage Story's score.
Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
And I love Little Women's score. I've been listening to that.
How about you watch the movie then, weirdo?
Because I don't really want to watch it. I know because I know that I'm not going to be that interested.
I personally want Hildur to take that.
I would really like,
but
Marriage
I do like
Story.
Randy Newman's Marriage.
I would
Stories
really like
score.
Marriage Story.
That is pretty
win.
good. I do agree.
It's
I like when you're playing
fantastic.
it in the car that one time.
Yeah, thank you.
I like it quite a bit.
I can do that on the way back.
I don't care about 1970. Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, John. I barely remember any original.
He has
pieces
enough
in that movie.
Oscars anyway.
He has enough.
He's
I don't know
fine.
if that's a good. I don't know if that's the correct way of thinking about movies and Oscars. They might give it to Rocket Man.
I hope. Here we go.
It's a Rocket Man song.
Here's Best Picture.
Okay, Ford v... Nope, that's not gonna...
If that somehow wins...
I'll read them all off, all right? Ford v. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit. There's so many movies.
So weird.
There's so many
I don't know
movies
why
in
Jojo
here. That doesn't
Rabbit's
make it... Jojo Rabbit's horrible. Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and then Parasite. Okay. So, what's that?
I'm praying that
We
Parasite
can
wins.
easily scratch out, I know, at
Jojo
least...
Rabbit's gone.
Jojo Rabbit, no
Ford versus Ferrari,
way.
no
nope.
way.
That's
No
not happening. Little Women, probably not.
It's going to be The Irishman. I already know it. That
Don't
it's gonna
say
be
that,
it.
Drake. Drake, you're going to see me hanging from a closet.
I know it. I
swear.
know it's going to be The Irishman. I'd put money on it.
Can you come to my apartment and make sure I'm okay?
Yes.
How about we watch it together on
Yeah,
Sunday?
we can.
Can you do that?
I know it's going to be... I know it's going to be Marriage Story. I know it's going to be The Irishman.
Dude, if Marriage Story got it, I'd probably tear up.
I'd be very happy if Marriage Story got it.
I don't think Joker should get it personally. But
Here's the thing.
I don't know if... I'm not saying it should, but I don't know if it will.
Here's what I want. I would love if Marriage Story won it, but I want Parasite. I really want Parasite to win.
I understand. Is Bong Joon-ho attached to that too? Yeah,
yes.
He's also the producer.
I really, really want Parasite to win, but I would be very happy if Marriage Story won.
Okay, what do you think about production design? That's probably going to be 1917. Oh, no, wait. It might be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I think it's going to be Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, never mind.
I
Change
bet.
of mind instantly.
I bet it's going to be Once Upon a Time.
Animated shorts, we never saw.
no.
Live action short, nope.
Sound editing?
Could be 1917. I don't know.
I could be that. I think it could be Ford versus Ferrari. With all the car
Possibly.
noises.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, I would never count
Nope.
Star Wars out
I don't
for
want it
one
to
of
win
those.
the thing.
Yeah, but I could see it winning.
I just like when I remember looking at their Instagram and they posted, our 3 nominees. And like, wow, that's all you could get? I don't know what that really says, but never mind. Whatever, I'm going to stop talking. Hello?
Achievement in visual sound mixing, I don't really...
There is a difference, but Ad Astra, I like that, and other people don't. I like that movie. It's pretty slow, but I really like it.
Achievement in visual effects.
Endgame is nominated for
Okay,
that.
I don't know why The Irishman is nominated because the de-aging...
not that good.
The de-aging didn't do anything.
No.
For me personally.
No.
Like,
Also, if you're supposed to de-age someone, make sure they move like a younger person.
when they
yeah.
were supposed to be de-aged, I literally couldn't tell you what age they were supposed to be.
I didn't know. No idea.
They looked like slightly younger versions.
Even the flashback when they're in like World War II.
Like when he was fixing his car, I
my
thought they were
God.
both like
They
70-year-old
look
men.
ancient. They look ancient. They still they move like ancient dudes, and they talk like ancient dudes, and they still look like ancient dudes, and yet, let's give them an Oscar for those effects. I guess it doesn't matter. Lion King, God no, that movie's supposed to be horrible. Did you know it's almost essentially a shot-for-shot remake of the animated version?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Honestly, I might give it to 1917. The Irishman can eat it, because that's no way oh, God, whatever. Adapted screenplay, Irishman.
It's going to be The Irishman.
Stop it. Don't you dare say that.
It is.
Don't
it
say
is.
it.
I can see it winning all of these type of awards.
Jojo Rabbit, no way, please. That should not win anything, ever.
Oh, honestly, it might be Little Women.
Could be.
It might be Little Women. I wouldn't be surprised.
Although, so I try here. Now I'll talk about Little Women while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so Little Women, I liked. Its middle is very slow. I like the characters. I'm not sure if you know what I mean when I talk about this. Certain movies, when it comes to the time period that they're set in, they are very whimsical with the way in which that they deliver lines.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
With very much like, oh, and now I will be like this forever. And it's kind of like that. It's a little much for me in this movie. They do it quite a bit. Especially when all the sisters, because I don't know if you know what the plot is specifically for the movie, Drake. Do you know? Yeah. At least a little bit.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, all the girls are all sisters.
Yes.
And every time they're with each other, they're very, very whimsical. It's a lot of, it kind of like rolls off the tongue. It's kind of annoying. It gets a little annoying for me. They do that all the time with like period piece movies like this. Especially like, if you ever watch a movie that takes place in the Victorian era, first of all, don't. I mean, I guess you can. Maybe it's good. But a lot of the time, this takes place during the Civil War, and it's way too whimsical for me. It's good, not great. I like the cast. I noticed that almost the entire cast are Brits playing American women living in either New York or out in the country. I thought that was funny. Isn't Florence Pugh like close to our age? She's like what, like 23, 24? That was a weird sound.
Let me see. I know she's a little older than us.
I know, but I think...
was born in 96, 2 years.
Dude, that's weird.
Why?
I'm going to date Florence Pugh.
Okay. Well, you got to get through Zach Braff first.
What?
Yeah. They're together.
That's not fair.
You didn't know that?
Are you just saying things?
I'm dead serious. Look, I'll show you his Instagram.
That's going to make me upset. Florence Pugh she's pretty cute. I'm a fan. But yeah, did we do directors already? Drake.
Huh?
Did we do directors already?
Yeah, that was up near the top.
Okay.
Remember,
I still find it weird.
Bong to win?
Why wasn't Greta Gerwig nominated for Best Director? Her movie's nominated for Best Picture, Screenplay, and the whole lot of it.
Yeah, that's
but not
weird.
Directing. That seems a little...
That's weird.
You know, if the Academy is trying to make themselves not look like they're biased in certain things or sort of like negligent to certain things, then you gotta pay attention. I feel like you gotta pay attention sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird.
That feels that is kind of odd.
Last but not least,
what?
Screenplay. Original screenplay.
They'll probably give it to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Perhaps Parasite, but Marriage Story. I wanted to give it to Marriage Story. That's what I want.
I would genuinely not be upset with any of these.
I don't care. Nope. Who cares?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
1917. I would say no for me.
I would not care about any
I'd be
of
happy
these.
with Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time.
Hollywood. I'd be fine with any of them.
Is there not a host again? Like no host, right?
I don't think there's a host.
Man.
They saw what Ricky Gervais did, and they said, okay, we're good.
I mean, he did good.
At the thing.
Yeah, well, he's done it.
Yeah, but you know that there's going to be
You've done it a few
backlash
times.
about...
Who cares? People need to grow up hair. Thank you. That's my assessment. What do you think, Drake?
That was a great assessment.
Thank you, Drake. Bong Joon-ho. Good guy.
Oh, you're a big fan.
Can we go meet him?
I'd love to. I'd love to go meet him.
Can we also meet our favorite Korean actors? Who's
yes.
The guy from the...
I Saw the Devil, the two guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, both those guys. Those two guys, and then the guy who's in Parasite, the main guy in
Oh,
Parasite.
I love him.
He's also in Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
That's also Bong Joon-ho's movie.
Yes.
Um,
Remember
and then the guy in The Man from Nowhere.
remember the movie that we watched that was also Korean, and it was on Netflix? And it was like The Shadow of the Moon or whatever.
I talk about the one where it takes place during World War II in Japan occupied Korea.
And they
That was a
shoot
good
off
one.
the guy's toe.
That's the guy from Parasite.
I know.
Yeah.
I really liked that movie.
And the guy from I Saw the Devil.
Yeah.
Not the evil guy,
was like-
but the other guy.
It was
I
like
always forget his
2
name.
hours and like 45 minutes or something. I really liked that movie.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I wasn't expecting you to like that based
I
on that
really
it's more of
liked
a
it.
historical
I liked it a lot.
set movie.
I guess if I want to watch a historical movie, it just has to be Korean, I guess.
I gotta.
That's the rule.
That's your rule.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta look at the movie. What was the one? Hold on, I Saw Devil because it's the movie's title. I'm remembering off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Byung Hoon Lee. Byung Hoon Lee.
Such a good man. I'd like to meet him. I'd like to shake his hand
Cool dude. Give him a nice little
vigorously.
hug. Jeez. What is the movie I'm thinking of? Is A Bittersweet Life the one that we watched where he was like a dude who lost a family member and then he goes crazy and just kills all these mobsters? I don't know. Wait, he's supposed to protect her, right? And then he falls in love with.
Yes,
That was he
good
works for a
film.
mobster. He works for a mobster, right? And
Yeah,
then he's
forgot
looking,
about that.
And then he looks after his wife for a weekend, but then he falls
the
in love with her.
girlfriend, because he had to go out of town. He wanted to
Yes.
watch over her. Yes,
And then
Yes.
he didn't like that.
What was that called again?
I'm looking at it right now. A Bittersweet Life.
That was a good movie.
That's another one for you. And then we got The Man from Nowhere. What is The Chaser? It looks like another good Korean movie. Look at that one.
I sent you that trailer. I wanted to watch it with you. That's been on my list for a long time.
We'll watch it. I Saw the Devil. What's this one? I don't know what that is. There's a good lineup of stuff here.
A Bittersweet Life, yes. Great film. I forgot about that one.
Good job. Good job, Korean movies. I like what did he say? Was it at the Golden Globes, Bong Joon-ho, or was it at the SAG? I think I saw like a clip of it on YouTube from the SAG Awards, where he was like, it'll be so amazing once you're able to get over the fact of ignoring that size font that's at the bottom of the screen. You'll be exposed to so many more great movies.
Yeah, I'll find the quote. That was at the Golden Globes.
That was Golden Globes.
I believe.
What was it that they won for? Was it the best foreign language film?
Yes.
For that? Okay. He's like, yeah, you'll be exposed to so many more great movies. I mean, he's right.
Let's see. What did he say?
Yeah. If you could find that, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
What does he say?
Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films. So true.
Very right. What are some other types of movies that we watch, like, from other countries? I mean, it's more like, it's kind of scattered.
I got on that.
In terms of other stuff.
That Indonesian kick.
Are you just referring to The Raid?
And then the other one that was on Netflix where there's the super brutal fight in the butcher shop.
Oh, yeah. That's another one of the guys that was in The
What
Raid.
was that movie called?
Is that a Netflix movie, right?
Yeah, I love that
Was
movie.
it a Netflix original?
Yeah.
I think it was.
I don't know.
They did one with two of the guys from The Raid. It was a Netflix original. It's supposed to be horrible, though.
Iko Iwas.
Oh, that's the actor.
Iko Iwas.
But that's not the guy that was in that. Oh, he was the bad guy.
The Night Comes
He
for Us.
wasn't-
Yeah, that movie went crazy. I really liked that one.
Okay. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Let's see what else we got. Oscar nominations. Blech. Well, you know what they're gonna do. They like their Irishman.
Yeah, it's gonna win way
And
too much stuff.
We're gonna cry. That's gonna happen. People just think about it. Just after you watched The Irishman, did you take 2 seconds to think to yourself, wow, I was really bored? Or did you think to yourself, wow, I've been overstimulated? You know what? You know what that makes me think of? Makes me think of when people watching, he complains about Marvel movies. Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
This is his big MCU lineup of movie. He's got his big stars all in one movie, right? He's got Pacino, Pesci, De Niro. Who else? I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, but I agree with his take on Marvel.
Harvey Keitel.
So, I'm not too mad about that.
I'm just talking about how he is literally jam-packing it full of so old people that are great actors. But they look so tuned out in the entire movie. And then because of the sheer... The writing is fine in it. It's more about the delivery and acting of everybody in the movie. That's really and how slowly paced it is. Oh my God.
He doesn't
so slow.
Pump those out yearly though.
No, he doesn't. You're right.
So it's a little different.
Oh,
I get your comparison because I feel like just like Marvel movies, you stamp on these names and people are going to go see it and people are going to like it. People are going to like it regardless.
What do we got? We got the director, you got the name of the director, and you got three massively
It's mostly the director, I believe.
Renowned. Really?
Yes.
You think it's mostly Scorsese?
I think
it's mostly the cast.
I think people see his name and then they go into the movie and they're just assuming.
Well, most of the time it's great.
Oh, okay, it's going to be really good.
The vast majority of the time it is great.
Because
this specifically is an example.
Yeah, but he's had some slip-ups recently. Silence.
Well, we don't talk about that movie here.
Hugo.
Don't talk about Hugo.
Well, there are 3 movies, recent movies, that he's slipped up on.
Silence. It's well acted. It's so boring. Oh my God.
The most boring movie of all time.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
No.
That's mine.
By the same director.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
A Most Wanted Man.
Try to watch that, and I promise
Philip
you
Seymour
it's more
Hoffman?
boring.
No. You watch Tinker Tailor. We'll trade off. You do Tinker Tailor.
I can promise you that it's more entertaining.
You'll fall asleep so fast.
Okay. We'll do the trade-off.
We'll do a trade-off.
Okay, we're shaking hands.
This is awful. God, you're going to fall asleep immediately.
I promise.
It's all about them talking about the what if. Oh, is there a Russian spy in the British government?
That sounds more interesting, I promise.
But they think about it too much. They're always like, thank you. And then it's Gary Oldman walking around in the street with his glasses and he's thinking.
I hope that director never directs a movie again.
I completely agree with you. And then I remember when I fell asleep during the movie, there was one gunshot. That's in the entire. I'm not saying you need action in your movie for it to be great. That's the stupidest thing anyone could ever say. But you have to have interesting characters, and it has to have some sort of pacing to it.
Wait, never mind. This guy didn't direct the.
Visually, it looks very similar to that of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
I thought it was him.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
The Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy guy directed The Snowman.
Oh, that movie's supposed to be
horrible.
One of the biggest editing nightmares anyone's ever seen.
What was A Man from Nowhere? What was it? No, wait. What was the movie?
Which one?
The one that I was talking about that you have to watch.
Most Wanted Man.
Yeah.
Don't make me think about
it. Who directed this?
Some boring doofus. God, Drake. Tinker Tailor is so slow.
The guy that directed The American.
Okay. That movie's okay. That's awesome. Yeah, that's good. God. Hold on. I gotta look at how long it was. Oh, man. What am I doing?
This review for Most Wanted Man.
I totally forgot what I was doing.
Spy work. Gritty, dirty, and glamour-free. What? Gritty?
I don't know what that means. I don't think you saw the same movie.
A definite must-see.
That's it?
That's what this guy says.
That's it? Is he going to...
At long last, a ballistics-free espionage film with an actual storyline.
But there's no one. It's a lot of characters talking about the what if. It's never really about them truly doing anything.
Bad and boring. 1 star. I love a good gritty, low-key thriller. This movie is not that. The John Le Carre characters are watered down and distilled to meaningless and boredom. I love this guy. None of this film interested me at all, except a little bit Hoffman's final performance, which, let's face it, is not that exceptional were it not for the fact that it was his final. Don't see it. Not worth it.
Can you pull up a Tinker Tailor review? Here, I'll do it myself, and I'll read them.
A movie that thinks the viewer is not very intelligent. What?
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, 2011. Here we go. Where are the reviews? There's 583 reviews. A tad confusing in the telling, but excellent in the tone. So we're just give it a 10. Hold on a second.
No thrills. This film can best be summed up as the sound of cigarettes burning, ice and whiskey clinking around in tumblers, and Philip Seymour Hoffman breathing laborlessly.
This one says Stinker Paler Borer Y.
Warning, boredom alert.
Here, I know my limits. I just couldn't follow the plot of this Labyrinth movie adapted from John Le Carre's novel, which had previously been... hold on, I'm going to skip. It seemed every time I picked up the plot thread, it led me down an inconclusive side road with no real drama at any point. Even the revelation of the mole in the British Secret Service was delivered unspectacularly in keeping with the... Oh my God, whatever.
I love this review. I want to meet this guy. Warning, boredom alert. Yesterday, I saw this movie, and I just had to write something about it. Why? Because this is the most boring movie by far I have ever seen. It's supposed to be a thriller, but really nothing happens.
Looking for depth and found dull, this is quite possibly the dullest film I have ever seen. I was hoping for something a little bit more engaging on a Sunday afternoon, but struggled to stay awake through it. It is a fairly simple storyline, and you know where it goes. None of my guys have any color in the way they're describing it.
This is incredible. This is the last one, then we got to wrap it up. But he says, escape while you can. This film is so boring, it's really hard to describe. If you like long periods of watching Philip Seymour Hoffman driving in his car or standing around smoking, then this is your film. The film's so slow, you don't have to worry about a toilet break. In fact, you'll probably see more action in the hallway than you will in the film. Sometime about 30 minutes in, you'll think about escaping and trying to the film next door, but you'll convince yourself that with these talented people, the film will come around. It won't. Escape while you can.
Jeez.
Miles better than 2011's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
What does that guy say?
That's what someone said. All right, we got to wrap this up.
No.
In 1 minute.
Do whatever we want. Let's take a look at what's coming out.
This guy goes, well, the trailer was pretty good.
That's not the movie.
No, and then he was saying that the movie was horrible.
All right, so what we got coming out this weekend, we got Birds of Prey and The Lodge, which Drake and I have some pretty solid interest in.
I'm very interested in both. And then
past that,
Come to Daddy.
Oh,
so
yeah,
3
that's
movies
true.
I really want to see.
Past that, you got Sonic, okay. And you have this movie, I still don't really know what this is, the Blumhouse's Fantasy Island. I still don't really know.
That's next weekend.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about things up ahead. What else? Let's take a look further up.
Portrait of a Lady
The Boy
on Fire.
2, we don't care. We're good. I'm sorry. I totally...
You're fine.
What'd you say?
It's not that interesting.
Okay.
Invisible Man coming up.
That looks good. I'm excited for that.
The Way Back, I'm excited for. All right. I think it's about time that we wrap this thing up.
Well, guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Watchmen after our return.
Just a reminder, you're listening to 91.7 The Edge Whitewater, WSUW. So I want to bid you adieu, safe travels, and stay warm. Thank you.
Awesome. And then we'll see you guys next week.
Good night.